What's going on today, guys? Alright, so today we're going to be looking at Marvel Legends Bombastic Bagman, otherwise known as the Amazing Spider-Man. That time that he lost his costume and had to borrow one from the Fantastic Four to go fight crime and then put a bag on his head. It was a fun little issue of the comics from way back, you know, Marvel Legends finally decided to turn this into a figure, and I think it's just kind of a fun little figure. And, you know, I don't always go for these little fun, gimmicky figures. I usually like my superheroes to be a little more serious and have cool costumes and stuff. But, two things. This is cool and this is kind of fun, and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so this was something I definitely wanted to pick up. I got this guy on Target, which I believe it is a Target exclusive, and picked him up, well, I pre-ordered him 4 months ago now. It was mid-May, I think, when he went up for pre-order, and he just showed up today. So it's been at least 4 months since I pre-ordered this guy. So we've got him here looking all cool on the retro card. Got some fun little art, not greatly detailed, but looks pretty cool. And just a brief little description here of what the deal is with the Bombastic Bagman. So we've got the guy here. We're gonna go ahead and crack this guy open and see what we've got. All right, so here we have him, and real quick we'll go over the accessories. Not a lot here. He does come with a couple of wall crawling hands, and then he comes with his little kick me sign, which has a peg that you can pop on to his back, which we'll do here in just a minute. It is kind of a shame he didn't come with some thwip hands, but since they're just black gloved hands, I'm willing to bet you could probably get some black suited Spider-Man hands maybe, and slap those on him and it wouldn't look too bad. And that way you got some thwip hands for your Bagman there. So, we got the figure here. And I'm not going to go over articulation or any of that stuff because this is a very basic Marvel Legends figure as far as hips, thigh swivels, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. We got the pivot and rotation ball joint there on the ankles. We got the waist swivel, the ab crunch, the shoulders, the bicep swivel, and then of course on his head, because of the bag, he doesn't have a lot of movement there outside of just the rotation. So basic stuff here, not a lot to go over there. The main thing with the figure like this is just to kind of enjoy it for what it is, and it is well done. Look, it's a very simple figure. There's not much to this guy. You know, there's no sculpting or anything like that outside of on the helmet. Did I call that a helmet? The bag, and then of course his feet, which are done well. They do look nice. You can even see the little toenails in there. So that is done well. The bag does look good. I like the nice wrinkles and things that they've got in the bag. And it does look like there might be a little bit of shading there. I can't tell. Maybe it's just actual shading from the light hitting the different angles of the bag. I can't really tell. But it looks good. It's done well. The figure itself, everything else other than the feet and the head are, you know, basic stuff. Again, no sculpting, no nothing there. And in fact, it is 100% this figure. Okay, so this is a Reed Richards figure in a slightly different colored blue, and that's it. Like, it's legitimately just this figure. Even the logo on the front is painted exactly the same. Feet are changed out, head are changed out, that's it. So it is 100% identical to that guy right there, or even this guy right here. Again, same body sculpt, same mold, same everything. Again, only difference, head, and on this one, the feet there as well. And that's fine, because it's supposed to be a Fantastic Four suit, so it makes perfect sense. Again, this is a fun kind of figure. This is not a serious figure. It's just thrown out there to kind of do some cool stuff. Now, as far as the head goes, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see in there, there is a head in there, but it is firmly glued in place. I think it would have been cool had they put like a Peter Parker head on there, but we are going to do some head swaps on this guy here in just a minute, so we'll get to see him with some different heads. But right now you got him, and I like him. He looks cool. Again, Spider-Man, Bombastic Bagman, whatever you want to call him. I think he looks cool. The biggest question for me is, you know, do I put him on my Spider-Man shelf or my Fantastic Four shelf? I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out. But let's go ahead and do some comparisons and some head swaps and see what we think of this guy right here. Alright, so first up we're going to compare him to the two newest Spider-Man that we have outside of this one. And this, of course, is on the left is the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, which I absolutely love. And on the right, we've got the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. And I gotta say, if we're talking about an adult Peter Parker, right, which is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, I like this body better for Spider-Man because Spider-Man's always been portrayed as kind of a more slender guy. And this Reed Richards body, to me personally, actually works better for Peter Parker than the kind of big, bulky Renew Your Vows Spider-Man does. That's just personal opinion. I think they all look great, but I actually really do like this now that I'm seeing it next to some other Spider-Man figures. Well, he is wearing a Fantastic Four costume, so might as well throw him up with the Fantastic Four here. And of course, we've got the not newest wave of the Fantastic Four, but I think the one before last, if I remember right. I don't really remember. This is the one that wasn't on the retro card, and I think this looks great. I mean, Spider-Man shows up, Peter Parker goes to the Baxter building looking for a costume to wear. They're all wearing their new cool costumes, so he grabs Reed's old costume. I think it works. And here we have him looking pretty good with Doc Ock and Venom. And now we've got him up with a couple of bigger villains. We got Kingpin on the left and Rhino on the right. Alright, so for our first head swap here, we've got the unmasked Peter Parker head that came with the Renew Your Vows 2-pack. And I think this looks great. I mean, this is a great figure. The head fits perfectly, matches the body. It's not too big, not too small. I think it sits at the right height. This is a winner right here. Alright, now we got the spare head from the, I believe it's the upgraded suit MCU Spider-Man. So web lines aren't drawn in or anything, but I do think the size works really, really well. I think it's proportioned well to this body. Alright, and for another Spider-Man head, we've got the head from the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. And again, I think it works perfect. With the web lines, looks way, way better than the MCU version. It's a great head size, sits right on the neck peg, looks fantastic. Alright, and finally we've got the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man head. Looks good with the web lines, and I do like the duller kind of matte red on this one compared to the Renew Your Vows, but to me this head is just too small for this body. Alright, so let's talk about price here real quick. Now, I picked this guy up on pre-order from Target for $22.99, so 23 bucks, and that is $3 more than I would have paid about a year and a half ago for a Marvel Legend. And at that price, I'm not going to complain. You know, given everything that's going on with inflation and everything else, $3 is not something to sit here and bitch about, quite honestly. Especially given the fact that a lot of Marvel Legends are coming out going for $25, $28, $33 in some cases, which is just ridiculous for what you're getting. This guy being 23 bucks, I'm happy with that. I don't feel like I got ripped off. I feel like I got my money's worth. He's a cool, fun figure, a kitschy figure. You know what I mean? He's a one-off figure. You know, he's just going to be a lot of fun to put on the shelf, and I'm very happy I was able to pick him up, especially for that price. Now, that being said, if you didn't pre-order him, and right now Target does not have these guys in stock, and hopefully they will soon and you can get it, but if you can't, on the aftermarket, on the secondary market, the cheapest I have seen this guy go for is $37. And I've seen that price range all the way up to 52 bucks for this guy, and that's before shipping. And at $37 to $52, this is a pass, a very, very easy pass. Look, it's fun and all. It's cool. I'm glad I have it. But there's no way I would have paid between 37 and 52 bucks for this guy, okay? Other than the head and the feet, this is 100% reuse. Even the colors are the same as the Fantastic Four Reed Richards. So there's not a lot that went into this figure that would make it worth more than the 23 bucks. So more than that, I would definitely pass on this guy. He's just not worth it. Let the scalpers hold on to their stuff and just leave it at that, and then spend your money on a better figure. Because again, I love it. It's cool, but not worth that money. So in the end, I like it. I'm glad I got it. It's fun. It's cool. It's a one-off, right? But it's kind of a gimmick, right? And it's just not worth a lot of money. So get it if you want, but I would definitely stay away from the high prices. In the end, you got to make your own decision on whether or not it's good for you. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so this was a no-brainer for me. Maybe it will be for you too, or maybe in the end, if you just can't find him at Target, he might just be one that you want to pass on.